Hey guys, welcome to Salt Air Living. This is our RV. We're going to be renting it out to you, and we'd like to prepare a video so that you have an idea of how everything works, and we'll give you a walkthrough and know what to expect when you rent our RV. Let's get started.
Let's do it. Starting out, we're going to take you to my favorite spot on the outside before we go to the inside. We'll show you everything around the RV. So if there's any questions you may have, you can look back through this video and see it, and hopefully we answer any questions that you may have. First things first is the outside living area. In the outside living area, we have a 22-inch Blackstone Griddle with all of the utensils you may need to cook. Out here in the back, they're all located in this drawer. There's some water bottles and oil bottles if you need them. Also, the controller for the TV is back here. It is a Insignia TV, like most smart TVs that are out there. Simply hit the button to turn it on. You will already have the most local over-the-air TV channel scanned into it. So if you can use over-the-air, or you can plug in your favorite HDMI device to pick up the game on your own personal unit. Underneath the back area, there's two different types of lights back here. One of them is going to be the work light. That's going to give a nice bright light to see what you're doing. The second one is going to be a night light and give you a little bit of a mood light here in this area, which is my favorite at night. It helps keeps the ambiance of being outside going. So there's your TV. You also have a refrigerator. Your refrigerator will already be cooled and ready to roll when you get the RV. Throw your drinks in there and enjoy the night. First time using the Blackstone Griddle, let me show you how you utilize this. First things first, if the Blackstone Griddle does not have propane going to it, if you reach up underneath the RV here, let me show you this. There is a, ooh, that's not a very good image. There is a small switch right here that needs to be turned straight outwards. Lighting instructions are located right here. All you're going to do is push the knob in, give it a turn to the right, and you should have a flame. If not, just do the process one more time, and you should see a flame come up, and then adjust to your liking or heating. So in the back, you have your hot water and cold water. So if you need to wash your hands or clean your vegetables or tools, you can also do that from back here in the back. It's fairly convenient while you're cooking. So that's it back here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Courtney or myself. You should have our phone numbers. Let us know. We'll be more than glad to help you. If you do want to close down the top to this, if it becomes a big rain, or maybe there's animals being a nuisance and you're not wanting them to get into this area, all you have to do is turn off the flow valve to the propane. Let the grill cool down. You are going to disconnect the quick flow valve. There is a towel that I keep in this drawer to protect the back of this when you have to rest it against the TV. Simply pick it up and place it here on the counter. And then you should be able to close the top for the evening. As you notice, there are two speakers on the outside of the RV. Those are controlled from the inside. This is what they refer to as Zone 2 on the stereo system. We'll show you how to connect that with your Bluetooth if you'd like to listen to music. But this is Zone 2 on the outside. Also on the outside by the front door, you have a place to brush off your shoes and a carpet also to help dust off your shoe wear before you go inside, help keep the mess down. As we go around the RV, there's a light switch that you will find here on the outside of the RV. By turning it on, it turns on the lighting underneath by the steps. It is labeled as underlight. All you have to do is turn it on and off to do the underlighting for the RV steps. With your RV rental, you also get chairs, a few board games. Also underneath this area here, this area will be unlocked. This is where we store the materials used to raise and lower and set the RV to get it all level for you. But there may be chairs and some other items that we leave in here for you to use that we find as we go along as helpful. There is a cornhole game, also a few other fun games. There are also string patio lights that will be hanging up on the awning. So if you choose to use those, they will be there, but if it does rain, you will have to take them down, or major storms, and they'll just be stored back underneath here. So this is where they go if you have any questions. There's also an outdoor mat. The outdoor mat is stored underneath. It will be laid out during your rental, but that's also where it goes if there's any questions. Some people have questions as to what This item is here. This item, please don't touch this. This is the power inverter for the solar system. There should be no need for you to touch that or anything underneath here that's electronic. So please do us a favor, leave that alone so we don't have any major issues. There is power here if you need to tap into the power for something. There's also power in the back RV storage area. All right, so if there's any issues with the propane, there's 2 tanks here. The tanks are used for heating, for the gas stove inside, and also for the Blackstone Griddle in the back, and the hot water heater if it's needed. The tanks will automatically switch over. If you run out of gas, please let us know. You do have 2 35-pound tanks of gas. You should be plenty enough for your stay, but let us know if there's any problems. These 2 light switches are utilized to turn on the outdoor lighting. These are docking lights. Some people like them for the ambiance or just for extra lighting around the RV. If you'd like to have them on, here's where the switches are. Feel free to turn them on during your stay. On the back side of the RV, this is just the other side of the underbelly. Once again, this is where equipment is stored that helps keep the RV running. One area that you will notice here is also the water area. Please do not touch anything in this area unless explicitly stated for you to do so. These items do control water throughout the RV, the heating, things of that nature. There's nothing in this area you should have to mess with. But the RV does come with a water filter, and it will be installed during your stay, help purify the water that's at your campsite of your choosing. So there you go. That's what's there. Please do us a favor and do not touch any of this, like I said, because it can cause damage to the RV. As we walk around the RV, you will see some areas that have covers. Those areas do get hot. They are used for the heater or for the air conditioning or the water heater, and these areas do blow out some warm air, so please make sure your children do not touch those areas. All right, so some people have never stayed in an RV, may not know about RV doors, so let me show you. Simply open it. Here on the handle, you will notice there's another handle if you want to open just the screen door. The screen door closed, and there's also a slide that goes back and forth that opens to the main handle here indoors. When it comes time to close the door, if you're not utilizing the screen door, they need to be closed together, and simply give it a good push to close the door. Come on in. All right, so Courtney's gonna give us a tour of the RV real quick and show you the insides and outs here, and I'll tag along for any things that we may overlook.
All right, guys, so here is the master suite. So we have a queen size bed and lots of storage. We have storage on the sides. You have ability to hang clothes, put things there. Nice table here to rest your drink or phones. You have phone chargers and outlets in both corners here. Again, you have storage up above. You can see up there, and same as over here. And then you have these lights on both sides. Alright, so then you also have a compartment here that goes all the way through to the bathroom, which is really nice because what I like to do is I like to put a hamper up here, and then that way when you have dirty clothes you can put them up at the top, and then we provide towels, hand cloths, and all your linens are included too on your stay. But those will be housed here, and you also have a couple drawers to put some clothes in. Also, underneath the bed, you can lift it up for additional storage. Most of the storage under there will be extra pillows and comforters if needed. And you have nice windows here. And what you do is, on the side, you just pull down. These are blackout shades, and then you just do a little tug, and they come right back up. And so, also, this unit has 2 ACs. You have one here in the master, and then you have one in the main of the RV, so it stays nice and cool.
One thing to keep in mind is that to use a second air conditioner, you do have to have a 50 amp service at your RV site. So without it, only one air conditioning unit can be ran. Another feature in the bedroom that you see here, there's this little module, and then there's the light switch. This little module here is actually for the air conditioning unit. You may see them throughout the RV. That's what that is. It's a temperature sensor for the RV. One thing with this switch, if you were to press and hold it, it will dim the lights in the room. Press and hold again to brighten the lights up, or just quick press to turn them off. Okay? One thing I'd like to show you that's for emergency purposes and for safety, if you have to utilize the emergency exits on the RV, they're pretty simple. All you will do is push in, lift up, push all the way out, and this screen, by pulling this tab, will come out, go out this window to safety if needed.
So all you do is you lift up the bed like this,
lift up the bed.
We have storage.
There's storage for blankets, pillows, things of that nature. Anything extra should be there.
Baskets, if y'all need baskets, there's baskets under there that can be used. Alright, then we'll go into the bathroom here. So in the bathroom you have a vanity, that's and closet that I showed you before, a shower here, and then a nice porcelain toilet. It's nice and spacious, and we'll show you how to flush. To flush the toilet, all you have to do is just a light tap will fill with water, and then to open, you would push all the way down.
Press and hold. You know, make sure the toilet bowl's filled a good distance before you do your business. Also in the bathroom, all of your light switches are also labeled here. So if there's any questions as to which light does what, you have a night light. You have a vanity light, a main light, and then the bathroom fan that is up here.
And toilet paper will be included for your stay, and it will be housed down here below in that space.
All right. Once again, on the sake of safety, you'll notice that there is a fire extinguisher here. To use the fire extinguisher, use the instructions on the unit, pull it and go.
Hey guys, so kitchen, my favorite spot. What we've supplied the coffee maker. We have mugs and dishes, plates are provided. We have extra platters and picnic type ware, and then we have extra storage here for any of your food that you may bring. Here in the fridge, the top portion is the freezer. We have the ice makers. And then also in the fridge portion, you have lots of space. You do want to be cognizant of how long you leave this open. What was it you said? It takes 4 minutes or 4 hours?
For every minute the refrigerator is open, it takes about 4 hours to get back to cooling. So
you just don't want to leave it open. You want to, and it'll beep if you do, or your kids, which my kids do, leave it open. It will beep to let you know that you need to close it. So, and here we have the sink where we do all the dishes. Then you have a drying rack, and the cutting board is included, which is nice. You can do your dishes here and just let them sit there to dry.
Your cutting board also can be placed here to give you a little bit extra space on the sink if you're not utilizing it for various items.
You have your standard microwave here. It's very spacious to warm up some yummy treats. I tend to keep my spices over here. And this side, we have towels provided, extra storage. And then here's your oven, which Josh will demonstrate how this works, your oven and your stove.
Yeah, so let me give you a show real quick on how to do this. In the back, you'll see this is where your knives go. This will actually convert into a backsplash. So all you do is lift and flip up, and I'm going to hand the camera off. There's a button here that you will press to turn on the lighting for the stove. Simply press in which eye you want to have turned on by looking at the individual dots. So I'm going to turn on this eye for demonstration. You turn it to the flame and you'll see how the red came on. You should be able to hear the gas going. All you're going to do is turn this valve once or twice, and it should turn on the gas, and then you can adjust the temperature as needed. So there you go. If any of these are on red, that means there is gas flowing. You need to make sure you turn it off if you're not cooking at that time. If you do have gas going, I want to show you two more safety features that are in this RV. The first one is going to be a gas detector. It's a CO and propane gas alarm, so it will detect and it will go off. If it goes off, please exit the RV, contact the appropriate authorities, and also here is a smoke detector. in the RV as well. Same thing. If there's a smoke alarm, please get everyone out to safety.
Run through what's provided. We do provide utensils, can openers, wine opener, your normal spoons, and then some bowls and platters are also included in your stay. And over here we have the TV and fireplace, which...
Those controls are going to be located over here in the corner. And I'll show you real quick the controls. So this is going to be for the fireplace. First control up, if you turn the power on by hitting the red button here, you'll see that it kicked on. If you hit the temperature button, it will scroll through the temperature of the unit. You have high, low, and then you can actually set the temperature of in which you want the air to blow out. It does get hot very fast, so just know that when utilizing it, that it does get warm, and it will help keep the RV at that temperature. On the TV, same thing goes again. If you hit power, it will turn the TV on, and you already have the channels pre-selected for the local over-the-air. If you'd like to plug in your own personal HDMI device for streaming with your own Wi-Fi, feel free to do so. Also, you have a controller for the Bluetooth stereo that is down low, red for power. If you wish to turn on a Bluetooth device, turn your phone onto Bluetooth and search for the device and pair it. It will say pairing on the front once paired. Volume control here, volume here, mute. You also have zones 1 and 2 like previously discussed. You will notice it says zone 1, zone 2. It will show zone 2 or 1. If you press it, it will show which is which.
Okay, so we will show you a little additional storage down here. Kind of tubs. This is where the linens and pillows will be cut for these two beds. This folds out into a bed here, and this also folds out into a double. So just to kind of illustrate real quick how you would pull this out. Set your pillow cushions there. This.
You're simply going to lift up and out.
Simply.
And then press down. And it will push down into place. Take your cushions. And apply. So Courtney will show us how to do the sleeper sofa.
Okay, so you just take the couch cushions off like so. Set them over here. Take your cushions off. You just go ahead and you grab it here. You pull up, and the legs will come down. Just make sure those are in place. And then you walk around here to the back side and you pull this down. Quick, when you go to raise it, you always want to lift your back first, and then you come around this side here and lift these two in. Pop it back into place, like so. Just put your back cushions back in.
Alright, and one more thing while we're here, once again, back to safety. There are two levers here. If there's an emergency, you lift this lever and the lever here and push the window out, and you can go out that way in case of emergency. One thing that you'll also notice on this area, you have two USB plugs and a light switch, which will turn off these lights, turn these on and off. There's also blackout curtains for each of the windows. So to lower them, you just simply grab the string and pull them down. To raise them, just gently pull the string and they will rise on their own. On the dining light, once again, there's a switch on this side. This one is a press to dim, press.
And then up here we just have additional storage. This is what I use as pantry space. And then also down below, we have some games and blankets that are provided.
Support.
Okay, so here's the kids' room. And you can sleep one, maybe two if you have two small ones. One here, and then this will fit two adults. And then also over here we have storage for clothes. We have a TV, we have a DVD player, storage down here if you want to put toys or anything. And then we have a selection of DVDs that are also included. Down here in this area, this is where the linens are kept, and this is where we'll have the mop and the broom. So let's...
If I could real quickly show you these little lights, if you press this button, they turn off, and they also turn into glow-in-the-dark lights for night lights in case your child needs a safety light. For at nighttime, they simply press the center of the button to turn it on and off. All the beds do have one, so turn it on and off as needed. On this bed here, if during the daytime you would like to have it some room for the couch, just simply pick up until it locks into place. You'll see the latch here to take it down. You'll simply pull it to drop it back down. So I'm going to show you the bed here in the back, how it's set up, just like the one in the front Courtney showed you. Simply remove the two cushions. Once the cushions are removed, you're going to lift up on the lower portion, open up your two areas, pull out, and then lower the backrest into place. Give you an area for two more people to sleep. You can also lower the bunk back down into place to have full area of beds in the back half. Do we show them the exit there as well?
So also here you have the exit, and you just lift these two red levers here and push the door out that way.
The window out. Correct. To exit
Sorry,
the back.
window out.
All right, and so to fold this bed or the couch or bed back, to fold the bed into a couch, simply lift up the back. You're going to lift up on the front, close the two legs, and then let it fold back into place. Whoop, knock the camera out of your wife's hand with the pillow. And there you go. Back to a couch.
Easy peasy. Okay.
Everything on the RV is controlled by this unit right here. This unit's located by the front door of the RV. I want to show you guys the settings on it and what items you should be touching and the ones you shouldn't be, and the way things should be set for your stay. So on the first screen, you have your tanks. These are the levels. As you can see, the tank level here on the freshwater tank has about a third in there now. The gray tank and black tanks are empty. As you use the water in the vehicle, the tanks will go up. Once they get to a certain level, they'll have to be dumped. If you have sewer at your site, you should not have to worry about this. This is your menu button here. This menu button will take you through the various options. And then this is your select button, which will take you up or down through those different fields. So first one up will be the water. On this screen here, the only thing that should be activated will be electric heater. I will have it preset for your stay. If it needs to be changed to something else, I'll change it for you prior to. If you see water pump on, this little button here, if you accidentally hit it, will turn on the water pump. And I'm not sure if you're able to hear that just now, but turn the water pump on. Water pump should be off always, and then electric heater on for your stay. So to do that, we would hit select and then on. And here you'd select off. But this should already be turned on for you, so there should be nothing to worry about there. Next screen is your motors. This one's very important. The only thing on this screen you should select will be awning. This is how you bring the awning in and out for your stay. So we're going to go ahead and hit extend to start extending the awning, and I'm going to show you what you should look for when extending it and where it should be at. So I'm hitting it now. We're going to take a view here. And as you're going out, you're going to extend the awning until you see that white flap go down and you see the black bar go across. That is the distance you will want to go for the awning. That's where you're going to stop it, And so once you get to that, you stop. If you continue to go, it will roll it in reverse and can cause damage. So as soon as you see that, you stop. And to bring it back in, here it says retract, and that's what we're going to hit is retract. And you notice that we'll begin rolling back up. So if it's a heavy storm or a heavy wind, that's how you'll do it. And what we'll do is we'll roll this all the way back in until it gets back to the RV. Do, 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 do. And that's it. All right, so on this screen, once again, only thing you should hit will be awning. Please do not touch any of these other ones. These are the slides and the stabilizers for the RV, which could cause damage if you were to do any of those while stationary and set up. The next one is going to be your air conditioning. So on this screen, there's two ways of getting to it. You can either press this button here, it's labeled. You hit this button, and it will bring you straight to the screen. No matter what screen you're on, it will bring you here. To turn the air conditioning on, you will hit the right-hand button here, and you can change it between fan, furnace, cool auto, and cool. If it's a warm season, you'll have it on cool auto. You will have the option to select the AC fan. This is the speed of which the air blows out of the vents, high or low. Normally during the day, we leave it on high, and at night, we leave it on low. You can also change the temperature of in which you want it set at. We normally keep it on 73 in the RV. If you need to change it up or down, this is how you do it. And there's also the second air conditioning for the master bedroom. Same thing applies here, cool auto, or cool auto, that's where you want it, cool auto. Same thing, you can change the fan speed by selecting here, high or low, and change the temperature by highlighting it and going up or down. On the main AC, you also have furnace. Furnace is the heat for the RV. There is no airspeed. It's simply the furnace. So if you need heat in the RV, you can either use the fireplace or you can turn on furnace and it will auto start, bringing the RV to the temperature that you want. At the top, you can see this is what the temperature is inside the RV. And underneath settings, don't worry about any of this. This is the settings for how everything works. So if you have any questions, let us know. But once again, if you see here, if you have any questions here, once again, this is how you get to the air conditioning. From here, you will change it to cool auto or furnace, and then change your settings for what temperature you would like. Water pump always off. So if you see this on or you hear a pump running, select this button to turn it back off. Only thing that should be on should be your electric heat. All right, electric, and that is for the water heater. So that's what should be on. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the orientation and walkthrough of the RV. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, send us a text message, call us, either one. I'd be more than glad to hopefully answer the questions that you may have and help with any problems you may have. We want your experience to be one that lasts a lifetime, one that is enjoyable for you and your family, or for whatever event that you're using the RV for. I hope it works out for what you're looking for. One thing you may have questions about, if you're watching this video prior to renting the RV, what do I need to know for the campsites? If you plan on using both air conditioning units, I would say on any days that are above 90 degrees, you're probably going to want both air conditioning units. Your campsite is going to have a minimum of 50 amp service. Most campsites, that's going to be a premium campsite. If it is a 30 amp service, you're only going to be able to utilize one air conditioning unit. While it will cool the RV down, it may not be exactly to your liking, but that's something to keep in mind. Something else, if your campsite is not a full hookup, that includes sewer, your black tanks will have to be dumped regularly. Your black tank and your gray water tanks. Gray water is like your sink water, your shower water, things like that. Your black tank is your toilet water. So use those sparingly. If you do not have a full hookup, we'll be more glad to come dump the tanks for you if they do get filled. So please call us, but please use the water sparingly to help make sure we don't overfill those tanks, because last thing we want is sewer water or gray water overflowing into the RV.
So do pay attention to the sensor on the wall that I showed you with that. Alright guys, so that's the end of the orientation. We hope you enjoyed it. Please click the link down below. We're going to have another video where we talk about the things that you need to know for renting an RV space. If you've already rented the RV and you're watching this video, most likely you already know these things. However, there will be another video, so please look for it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.